LTRob here. It's my midlife crisis. I'm just waiting on my Denny senior discount to kick in, and while I do so, I thought I'd throw out this video real quick. A guy named Mike from Get Fit Over 40, a YouTube channel, linking now and below, recently contacted me and asked me if I would be willing to introduce myself to his viewers. The first thought that came into my mind was, are you for really? And made it an interview format. I asked him 3 questions, he asked me 3 questions, he recorded it. Then we talked for a bunch after all that. He recorded that too. That's too bad that he did, because we're going to put that up too. It's pretty much bullshit, like me speculating why quite a few women are subscribed to my channel, and I seem unable to offend them to the point where they quit watching my videos. You know who you are. And other riveting topics like exactly how much weight does somebody lift before it's enough? There's some pretty heavy lifting going on YouTube. Meanwhile, ignoring the fact completely that I run as far as I want to without regard for what it does to my body ever, because I'm a fucking hypocrite. Anyway, check out Mike's channel. He's in terrific shape. He's 45, lives up north in Canada. Here it is right here. Meet Mike.
And so now we're going to move on to the questions for you, correct, Mike?
That is correct.
Okay.
Shoot away.
I'm pulling up my phone because I have no memory.
That's all right. I had you on a little sheet too, so don't worry.
Right on. I want to know, what is the main reason you make fitness such a priority in your life? And clearly it's a major priority in your life.
Yeah, I've always been into fitness. I mean, I wasn't one of these people that has this amazing before and after transformation. I wish I did. I should almost go and get like really fat. Get up to like 300 pounds and then cut it all off in 2 months or something, right?
Wow, that would be amazing.
Because then I'd be able to post my before and after transformation. But you know, I haven't always been working out. There's been like years, several, like some, you know, you have kids and stuff and get married, and your focus changes, and you're not as into going to the gym and stuff. And I was, I guess, about 185, 190 pounds with no muscle on me at one point. And for me, that's, you know, I don't put muscle on easily, believe it or not. I'm more of these sort of smaller framed people. Mm-hmm. And so for me to stay fit, I have to work at it and, you know, work pretty hard. But I've always been into fitness. I've always loved fitness. I've always played like a lot of sports. I've done like hockey and, you know, you name it pretty. Yeah, I played like 11 years of hockey. I mean, I've always done something. Yeah, been into I was into mountain biking before anybody was really into it, before it was hip, right? And we didn't have shocks or anything like that. They were basically glorified heavy-duty 10 speeds with big fat tires back in the day, right? But it was still so much fun, you know, all that kind of stuff, rollerblading, you know, all those things. Not so much running. I know you love running, but I'm not so much been into running. I used to sprint. I used to be into track in school, all those things, and I just love it. I just love not even the competitive nature necessarily competing with other people, but I like competing with myself. Like you said, I like setting my own goals and just being better and becoming better at things, right? And
best measurement.
Yeah, exactly. If you're better than you were yesterday, then oh, I've got that thing. You're going to hear "You've Got Mail" in the back. You might not hear it, Rob, but our viewers are going to hear "You've Got Mail" because my screen capturing program is recording everything. But anyways, yeah, so I mean, I like to try and improve myself, and that's my measuring stick, is can I improve myself? And I'm a little bit attention deficit, so I tend to get bored of things, so I tend to move around and change my fitness programs up quite a bit. But was that was pretty much the answer to the question, or was there a second part to that?
No, I got more though. I guess if you wanted to clarify more, that was why is it important to you though? I mean, why do you waste your time trying to work out and stuff like that? I don't mean it like in a negative way, but I mean totally. It is, you have only so much time in the day. You're busy, you work, you have a family, you have a life, so you allocate, you invest part of your time to fitness. There must be a reason, or maybe that's just how you are. You just automatically.
No. Well, there's a couple of reasons. I'll try to keep this short. I'm going to be 45 next month, and well, actually, in about a month. And my kids are young, right? We had our kids. I wouldn't say old, but my kids are 6 and 9, right? So I got to stay active just to keep up with them. They're really high maintenance. So, and I want to set an example for them.
You're gonna be up 60 when they're still
exactly. So I want to set an example for them too. And so that they can see, you know, what a healthy lifestyle is like, and they know that there's a priority. They're obviously a priority of mine, but they know that, hey, Dad's doing a workout, and nothing's going to stop him, right? Or we can go and bug him, but he's still going to do it. So they know it's a priority, and I want it to be a priority in their lives for their fitness, and so they can be an example for their kids. It makes me feel good, and you know that. Everybody. I mean, when
Right.
you start fitness and you start a program, you won't feel good. You're going to feel just terrible until your body adjusts.
Absolutely. You have
But
that
boy,
voice in your head screaming at you, what are you
yeah,
doing?
what are you doing? What are you doing to me, right? But
Right.
your body adjusts, and eventually, even though you still keep throwing challenges and you still feel like I'm always sore, I'm always challenging myself, but it's such a I don't know, it's just a rush you get from working out and doing
I
something.
agree.
So I mean, those are really the main reasons. And I just want to, I want to, just like everyone, I don't want to just live to 70 or 80 or 90. I want to be, in good health. I want to be as able to get around and do things as I possibly can. I don't want to just be sitting in a wheelchair or whatever, driving around in a scooter. I mean, that's not a quality of life I want to have. And so I'm going to do the best I can around my limitations.
I agree. I look the same way. It's an investment in my future.
Yeah,
I
totally.
don't want to be in a chair watching reruns of The Price is Right, waiting to die. So you kind of touched on it, but so you've always been health conscious. You didn't really say why though. Were your parents, were they active? Were they into
No.
fitness, or did you just get into sports as a kid?
Yeah.
Most kids play sports. They play soccer, they play t-ball, they play baseball. Then most of them move on. They get out of high school and they don't do that. So you did the same, but then just stuck with it your whole life. Is that what happened?
Yeah, neither one of my parents, I would say, were overly active or really did much exercise. I mean, we go for walks and things, and we do some outdoorsy type stuff, but not a lot of sports was involved with my parents. They did support us though, and pay for all those things like hockey and buy us all the equipment we needed and the bikes and the things, and they definitely were behind us. I think probably the main reason I just really enjoyed it, like most kids, but I think because I did really well in sports. Obviously if you do well in something, you want to continue doing it, and it
Right.
just became a part of my life. It really did, and again, it's sports to me is builds you in a lot of ways. It gives you confidence. It improves your health. It improves the way you look, right? So there's so many benefits to it. It's a no-brainer for me.
Are you currently playing any kind of active sports, or just you do the CrossFit and your home gym stuff?
Yeah, I was doing some MMA, martial
Oh,
arts
wow,
stuff.
really?
This was when I first started the channel. I actually have some
Great
videos.
idea with
Yeah.
your whole leg thing going on and
Oh,
stuff.
well,
Get
there
into some
wasn't a
MMA.
problem back then. I didn't have
Okay.
problems. Yeah, but it did the MMA started beating me up. I busted a finger. I had some back issues and I had some shoulder stuff because I was, wrestling around with these 20-year-olds and stuff. And
Right.
it just, yeah, at 40, it starts, you feel it. And it's not even just the recovering, it's you just get injuries quicker. I didn't
Sure
have
you
knee
do. Right.
problems then. Luckily, I didn't get any knee problems. I didn't get knee problems until basically the last couple of years, and that was probably just age related, and a little bit of just CrossFit is really it's a lot of high impact.
Right.
So and we were doing a lot of running and box jumps and double under skipping and all those
Intense
yeah,
stuff.
over and over high impact for me is just not good for my knees. I can do heavy weight as long as I'm doing it in a controlled sort of setting like squats or deadlifts. It's no problem. And this is the thing with as you get older, you have limitations, but don't use those limitations as excuses. Just figure out something you can do, right? And
Right.
work
Work
around those
around it.
work
Yeah.
around it. Find out what you can do and drop the things that are irritating your body and just move on.
I agree. That's hard for me to do sometimes, though.
Yeah.
So my last question is it's kind of
Mhm.
funny to me. I didn't realize when I first started watching. I don't even know how I first came upon your channel, but when I first started watching your channel, it never occurred to me until recently that you have a whole other kind of side life, another YouTube channel that's much larger than this
Mhm.
one, and your whole business. And I wonder how many do you think, what percentage of the people that watch your Get Fit Over 40 channel are aware of the fact that you're essentially an international arms dealer?
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny you say that too because at school my kids I guess sometimes the topic of what your parents do comes up, and my son basically says, "Yeah, my dad doesn't really have a job. He doesn't go to a job. He just sells guns from home."
That just sounds not right.
Doesn't sound very good, yeah. But
No.
yeah, I started the Get Fit Over 40 channel and an air gun channel at the same time.
Oh, I did
And
not realize
yeah,
you started them
because
simultaneously.
they were both things I was into, and I was interested in YouTube, and just thought making videos was kind of cool. Let's make some videos. And I think the one of the ideas was that I had like some an Apple related website, because I was doing Apple consulting and different things for Apple at the time. And I was thinking, oh, if I get any traffic, I'll just send them over there, and it'll be kind of make it worthwhile. And then very, very quickly, I realized that the Airgun channel was taking off, and it started to require more and more of my time. And I guess it was the right time for the right kind of thing going on. And I kind of had to drop the fitness channel for about a year and a half, 2 years. I didn't do anything with it for a couple of years.
You literally didn't upload one
I
video.
didn't upload one video or anything.
What happened? Did you lose all your subscribers, or?
No, they kept, I still kept getting video views and some subscribers, but not as or starting last year, January, I really took it back on again, and it's gotten a lot better, obviously, and I'm getting a lot more subscribers and more traffic.
Sure.
So whatever you invest in, you're going to see results. But the Airgun channel just went crazy. Went from a hobby to something that started taking up a lot more time. Eventually, people wanted to buy these guns that I was reviewing, so I started sort of an online store kind of thing that went from very few sales to over-the-top crazy sales. And over time, I've actually even had to sort of take on some help, basically, to help me with it. But it's my business. The airgun thing is what pays the bills, right? The fitness channel is a little more for fun now. But through YouTube monetization and all that kind of stuff, it's from that point of view, I guess, you could say it's worthwhile, just monetarily speaking. Just for me as an outlet to share, what's going on in my life. And I think we talked about this too, just accountability. I'm on this YouTube channel for fitness. I can't just go and relapse, so to speak, and walk away from what I'm doing. I have a commitment to myself, and I feel I have a commitment to my followers.
Sure.
As well.
You have viewers that expect certain type of content or whatever, and if you showed up 6 months later and you were 75 pounds heavier and you're doing beer reviews or something, they'd be like, what happened?
Exactly. Yeah. Unless I'm trying to do a before and after thing, and I need to gain a lot of weight. So.
Right.
Although I have gained a little weight in the last 3 months, but that's on purpose. So.
I think doing that over the winter's fine. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Like you can't hardcore diet. At least I don't think I can hardcore diet 365 all year long. It's just kind of cycles. You know what I mean? You get to the point where you're not that happy about how things are going. You get more serious about it, and you get tired of that, and it's kind of even with your working out. I mean, I go through what I guess are basically peaking cycles where I'm going to the gym or running almost every day. And then there'll be times where I'm backing off a little bit because it gets to be a little bit too much. And even professional athletes, they do the same thing. They train for peak events. They're not always up here. You just can't be that way all the time, I don't think, anyway.
It's hard. For me, for eating like the way I eat normally it's almost like a lifestyle. You probably enjoy the food you eat. You're used to it. And so for me, if
absolutely.
And people don't understand that. They think it's like a major sacrifice because you're having to eat these foods. But after a while, they become very tasty, and you actually, you try to have a creamy, rich food, and it's overpowering, right? You know what I'm talking about? Or if it's too sweet, it's like, wow, is that ever sweet? That's just too much.
Or other things, because you realize how sweet other things are. At work today, at lunchtime, I ate a raw red bell pepper. Yeah. And if you're not constantly eating sugary junk all the time, it actually is a very sweet thing to eat. If your tongue is, not oversaturated with, frosted flakes 24 hours a day or whatever.
Exactly. No, that's true. Yeah. So that's, and I think you did ask part B to that question, which was, do my viewers know about some of my I do bring up the Get Fit Over 40 channel on my other channel, but not all the time. Like, it's not something I bring up constantly.
I was more wondering, thinking the Get Fit Over 40 people would be more surprised about the gun thing, because I know when I found out about it, it actually really surprised me. I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah, I've made a few co-videos. Like when I did the November thing, I kind of made a video and I put both of the website links in there and stuff. And I figure, why make two separate videos? I'll just make one video for both channels, because it wasn't related to guns or fitness necessarily.
Right. So, prior to that, though, is when I realized it, and I was surprised. I don't remember what the context was. I think it was through a comment you left to somebody else, and they were making. To be honest, I think they were making a derogatory comment towards your Fit Over 40 channel, and your response was that it was just basically a hobby, that your real channel is much more than that. And I'm like, huh? And I looked it up and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I think, and I might have actually replied to it from, because sometimes when I reply, like when I get an email link to a response, a YouTube response, if I just click it, it'll open up in my default browser, which is actually linked to my other replica air guns. So sometimes I forget and I just comment under the other
Sometimes it'll be
username.
your pecs, sometimes
Yeah,
it'll be a gun.
that's right. Exactly.
Right. I've noticed
So
that.
yeah, so that's and I have to remember that I've got to be careful that I'm replying from the right channel.
Right.
I should just have a gun over the pecs, then I got them both
There you
covered.
go. Why don't you? People are always
Yeah,
calling that stuff guns anyway.
just
You
like
might as well
that.
or get a tattoo of a gun on your chest saying
Yes,
gun.
covered.
There you go.
All right, I think that's pretty much it. This video's probably gone on like a half an hour now. All right, Rob and I have been chatting away here. We forgot to sign off, so I thought I'd just do a little sign off here and thank Rob again for hanging out for whatever this was, half an hour or so. And I hope everybody enjoys this, because this is just something we thought of doing and thought we'd share it with you. And again, thanks, Rob, for joining.
Thank you, Mike, for having me. I'm really grateful for you giving me the opportunity to chat with you. You're an interesting guy, and I enjoyed our conversation a great deal.
All right, well, take care, and look forward to seeing potentially more videos like this. And check out Rob's channel. If you're on Rob's channel, check out my channel. And
I will put a link in
yeah,
the description box of the video on my channel to your channel.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thank you.
Take care.